All right, we are live on YouTube. I just need the video to connect on my other monitor so I can grab that link and put it in our group so that our community can conveniently join us in the live chat. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna grab that. All right, YouTube. Okay, I like it when you make it easy for me. All right, we're gonna put this in the group. There you go. Speaking of groups, if you are a solopreneur or an entrepreneur that is struggling to get to your first 6 figures in business, you need to be in the group. It is free. Go to shaycannon.info/group to join. We have 3 main pillars of value. Number 1, we actually come together and commune to build community. Number 2, we collaborate to make each other's businesses better and make money together. Number 3, we have conversations that are transformational for your business growth, and those are the conversations you want to have. So join our group. There's no reason why you're not in there. It's free. shaycannon.info/group. All right, let's get started because we have in studio, I haven't done this in a while. We have in studio Teray, Heather, Dr. LaFera, Cheryl, Dr. Tachi, Kimberly, Debbie, Dr. Toya, and Dewana. So let's get started with the show. Good morning. Welcome to Unlock Your First 6 Figures Morning Show. I am your host, Shay Cannon. Everything we do around here centers around a blog. And this week's blog is at shaycannon.com/books. All right. Because what we're talking about this week's are the top 4 books for solopreneurs business growth. Now, I picked solopreneur because I know most of y'all don't have a team. And then step up from a solopreneur, and most of y'all got a small team, maybe 1 or 2 people, but you still feel like you're doing all the work. So yeah, you probably still feel like a solopreneur, even though you got a little help, okay? So I purposely picked you guys, all right? So the top 4 books that I'm recommending, because what I know is you can get so much insight from books. Why do I always forget to hit enter? You can get so much insight from books. And, I read books, and some of the concepts that I know work, some of them I've gotten from books. I have remixed them so that you can understand and implement them. So some of these books are books that are core in my quote unquote library that I want to share with you. Okay. So if you want to know about your finances, right? Especially how to pay yourself, how to make sure that you have profit in your business, then you need to read the book Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. We talked about that in detail yesterday, even gave some actionable steps. So you need to go to part 1's replay for that book, okay? Today, what we're going to talk about is my area of expertise, operations, okay? What I have learned is most of you solopreneurs, most of you new entrepreneurs, most of you jobpreneurs, most people in business don't know what operations are. They don't know what it is. They describe it differently. They don't use the word operations. They most of the time use business management, but they don't really know what they're doing, right? So the way that I teach things, the way that I teach you to create systems and processes and manage your business are concepts that are not unique to me. How I teach it is unique, right? But if you were to pick up any book on operations, you would get the gist. You would get the convoluted version of how I teach you. Right? But one of the books that breaks it down really good is a book called Traction. Get a Grip on Business by Gino Wickman. Okay? Gino Wickman. Now, don't buy the book. Wait till you get your show notes. And there's a surprise in there for you on the show notes. So wait until you get the show notes before you buy the book. All right? But let's talk about it. All right? What they talk about in Traction is a comprehensive system for building and growing a business, okay? Using this methodology called Entrepreneurial Operating System, or EOS, okay? While it's commonly applied to larger businesses, the principles of EOS are incredibly valuable for solopreneurs who want to create structure, clarity, and focus in their business. And what does that not sound familiar? Because that's all I talk about, right? What do I talk about? I talk about clarity, structure, and strategies. That's what I talk about because I am operations, right? So key insights from this book is the importance of systems and processes, okay? The importance of systems and processes. Now, how I dumb it down and help everybody to understand the importance of it is you own a McDonald's. You own a chain of McDonald's. And in each McDonald's, each time your business, somebody in your business makes a Big Mac, you want them to make it the same way every time. Okay, you want every time your customer come and buy a Big Mac, it's as good as it was the first time. So there has to be a system put in place of a process of step-by-step mantling and building this Big Mac. We need that type of thing all around our business, okay? So that we get the same result every time, all right? The next thing is vision and long-term planning, okay? Vision and long-term planning. Even when you get to a point to where you have a whole business worth of team and you get to just be the CEO, this is going to be one of the most important jobs. Yeah, did y'all see my chair just let all the way down? I am all the way down like a, really? This what we're doing this morning? On the day, and I'm just gonna leave it down. That's what we're gonna do, because I get a massage today, and this is not finna fuck up my massage day. It is not, okay? So we're gonna stay down like Mrs. Potato Head is what we're gonna do today. But your number one job as a CEO, even if you have a corporation's worth of team, is to stay the visionary, okay? Stay being the visionary so that off of your vision, long-term planning can happen. Some of y'all are planning and strategizing and doing all these things and don't have a vision to lead it. Okay, so vision is important. All right, prioritization. Focus with rocks. We're going to talk about rocks more later because this is one of his terminologies that means something, okay? But the concept of rocks in the book, I said in the movie, in the books is about setting specific quarterly priorities. Solopreneurs tend to get overwhelmed by endless to-do lists. This system helps to clarify and identify 3 to 7 key priorities or rocks for each quarter. Now, if you are in the quarterly CEO productivity membership, you understand that that's what I built that membership all around. Yes, I'm teaching you how to manage your time, manage yourself in time, how to be more productive with the time that you have, but it's all centered around goals. Because for some of y'all, what I understand is I help you to manage yourself in time. You get more time and then you don't know what to do with it. So what do? Just start doing anything, like a chicken with his head cut off, and you're still not achieving goals. But if we center your time and yourself around your goals, then we achieve more, right? So we'll talk more about rocks later. If you want to get in that membership, shaycannon.com/membership, all right? The next thing is data-driven decisions, okay? Data-driven decisions. So what he likes to introduce is this method of scorecards, okay? Where you have KPIs, key performance indicators, to help you make decisions based on data. So the scorecards are like giving you the data at a glance, and then you look at that and you make decisions that are now database decisions, and they are the best decisions. Remember, we had a whole week about database decisions versus what you feel, right? So data. Last but not least is accountability and discipline, okay? Accountability and discipline. That is something we are adding more of in our membership, but it's one of the biggest challenges facing us entrepreneurs, because we start off not knowing what to do, right? Then we do all this work to find out what we should be doing, and then what happens? We don't damn do it, right? So your knowledge is not power. The application of your knowledge is what's powerful, and you have to be disciplined enough to hold yourself accountable to get done what you need to get done. Because again, like I tell you all the time, the business takes what it takes. It don't care nothing about what's going on with you. And yeah, you have humanity. Yes, there are going to be things that happen. Life going to be lifing, but guess what? Your business should be business, and all the while your life is lifing. All right. So those are the 5 key insights. But, you know, here on the morning show, we give you more. Yes, we do. So let me go to the show notes that you also can get if you sign up for the show notes or if you're in our free group. All right. So get ready, ladies, get ready, because I want to know which of these actionable steps do you know you need to put in place as soon as possible. So listen up. Implement the vision traction organizer. Okay, that's what he calls it. But basically, all you're going to do is write down your long-term business vision, including where you want to be, breaking it down into 3-year, 1-year, and quarterly goals. Okay. Let me see. There we go. And this will help you stay focused and provide clarity for your decision making. This is what's going to head up everything. Okay. Vision. This is why we have vision and missions, because the vision is what do we see and the mission is what actions we're going to take to get it done. Okay. All right. Set quarterly rocks. Identify 3 to 7 key priorities or rocks for each quarter that will move your business forward. These should be big strategic tasks that have the greatest impact, helping you focus on what's most important. All right. Now, let me explain this thing about rocks that he talks about in the book. The term highlights the idea that priorities are solid and immovable goals, okay, that need to be handled first before anything else. By focusing on rocks, you ensure that your business is progressing in the most meaningful ways, all right, rather than getting distracted by minor tasks that don't move the needle at all, okay? I'm going to tell you, in working with entrepreneurs, some of y'all will put more time into picking a color for a damn logo than you put into planning your marketing campaign. And let me tell you how that just grinds my gears, because you done spent all this time arguing with somebody back and forth about a shade of orange, and you don't spend that much time getting your marketing stuff together, which brings money, because the color of that logo don't bring no money, let me tell you. Okay, so basically setting your rocks, ensure that everyone, especially when you have start to get a team, everyone in the business knows what they need to achieve and within a specific time frame. So these rocks help drive strategic growth by breaking down long-term goals into manageable, actionable steps. All right, so those are your rocks. Let's go to the next one. Track progress with a scorecard, okay? Track progress with the scorecard. So you can create a weekly scorecard with key performance indicators, KPIs, that reflect your business health, okay? Now, if you did the workshop, Analyze to Optimize, you got a lot of scorecards in there. You got a lot of spreadsheets, a lot of what do we call dashboards, okay? So some of the stuff you might want to track for the business health would be leads generated, revenue generated, conversions made, and conversion, what is your conversion percentage, your closing rate, right? Those are just examples. So tracking metrics help you make data-driven decisions and adjust strategies as needed, okay? So you want to have time to record. So this is what you can do. Weekly, you can sit down and record what happened over the week, but also look at what happened, your scorecard from last week. So we're recording this week and reviewing last week. So is there any change that needs to be made, right? Do it weekly. All right. The next thing is going to be define your core values. Establish 3 to 5 core values that represent your business what your business stands for. Okay. These values should guide your decision making and ensure that you're consistently aligned with your vision and your business culture. Right. I'm going to tell you, if you have ever done any clarifying with me, one of the things that we have looked at for you would be the goals of your transformation. Okay. And some of that is going to be reflected in the pillars of your content, because we use your goals to create content. Some of that is going to be reflected in the formula that you use to get them to transformation. So these are other ways that these core values show up. So you always hear me say clarity, structure, and first strategies. That's because those are the core values of the transformation I bring. That's what people skip over and have all of the problems that they have, right? All right. Next thing, create a meeting pulse. If in case the Alabama got in the way, pulse, P-U-L-S-E, okay? So what is your action? You're going to set up a regular structured meeting. This can be weekly, this can be monthly, okay? To review the progress on your rocks, okay? Your scorecards and any issues that need resolving. So I got ahead of myself. I told you I'll do it weekly. When you're recording last week's, go ahead and look at, when you're recording this week, go ahead and look at last week. This ensures accountability and helps you stay on track with your goals, okay? This is not something we want to do only quarterly or only annually, even though we do want to look at it from a quarter point of view and an annual point of view, okay? Now, next up is create an accountability chart, all right? Some people out there are like me, right? Let me tell you how I don't do well in accountability groups. I don't do well with accountability buddies, none of that, because nobody can hold me accountable because I'm not going to listen to you, okay? The only person that can hold me accountable is me. Over here, I'm always me versus me, okay? So things like accountability charts and stuff like that are what help me. Other people don't really help me. But for some people it does. But there are not a lot of things set up for you to hold yourself accountable. You know, they always push you to do accountability groups and accountability buddies. Those can help somewhat, but I always end up leading accountability groups and stuff, and they don't, I don't get the value out of them. They end up getting value from me. But an accountability chart or something that you can look at, this is the key. You have to look at it with reality. You have to be stern with yourself, okay? So one of the things I look at when I'm not doing stuff, I don't allow myself to make excuses. Oh, well, I was tired. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This happened, that happened. Life was life. And I say, oh, you must don't want to make money this week. Life was life. And so that means you don't need no money. Oh, okay. So these are the things I'm telling myself so I can get on the good foot. All right. So design an accountability chart that clearly defines roles and responsibilities within your business. So if it's just you, it's going to be your top roles and responsibilities. Okay. If it's you and a team, then everybody should have their own top roles and responsibilities, okay? This helps you stay organized and ensures you understand what roles you may need to fill in the future, right? Whether through outsourcing or delegation. We know that. Let me give you another example, okay? You say, today, I'm going to clean up. I'm going to clean up today. Why are you going to clean up today? Well, if the reason that you're going to clean up is so that things look presentable for someone coming over who is only going to hit your living room and let's say a bathroom, then we know we need to focus on cleaning the living room and the bathroom, right? Because when we know why we're doing something, we can do it well and fulfill the purpose because we're holding that purpose up front. Now, if you know you were cleaning up today for company that was going to only hit the living room and the bathroom, and you start in your bedroom, then when company comes, your bedroom and that bathroom might not be clean. You see what I'm saying? So yes, the whole house should be clean. Yes, your room should be clean. But today, the purpose of us cleaning was to get this living room and this bathroom straight for the company that was only going to hit them 2 rooms. This is why we need focus with our accountability. All right. All right. Next one. Use an issues list. Okay. Maintain a running issues list where you document all challenges, bottlenecks, and obstacles you're facing in your business. Right. What is one of the things I always ask you? What is an obstacle to whatever? Right. So you want to prioritize and systemize addressing these issues in weekly, monthly meetings to keep the business moving forward. So if you know you're having a problem, it is not okay for you to just keep having that problem. Okay. It is okay for you to keep having a problem while you're working on other problems until you can get to that problem. But we prioritize them first. Okay. We don't allow the problems to tell us what to dictate. We don't allow team members. We don't allow clients. We don't allow other people to dictate which problem is the priority. We allow our priority standards to dictate which problem is the priority. Okay. If you are in the membership, you got a whole matrix on how to create priorities. All right. Now, number 8, develop your marketing strategy. Yes, marketing is a part of your operations only because it has to be structured, right? So he actually has an approach to define your target market and use unique value propositions, okay? Because that is how you build a marketing plan. Now, he don't go into detail like I go into detail with y'all because, we're always talking about your ideal client and having one, right? We're always talking about your unique selling propositions or your unique value propositions. And I even break it down to, you got things that are unique. And then you got things that are unique that people care about when it comes time to make a buying decision. We do all of that kind of stuff, right? But these are the things that are going to help you build your marketing plan. All right. Number 9, define and maintain your process. Okay. If you go to shaycannon.com/SOPs, we had a whole week on how to create SOPs, what they are, what they can look like. And I gave you the link to my custom GPT for creating SOPs. I spoke at a virtual event this week. They are already in that thing, running up the numbers on that SOP. I see that number of users just going up, because they love it. Okay. So identify core processes that are critical to your business, okay? And document them. Ensure these processes are efficient, repeatable, and maintain the consistency of the results. This is how we're going to build a Big Mac, okay? So we know why building a Big Mac is important, because we have systems and why they're important, but this is how we create the system, all right? Now, I've told you over and over again, use your client journey to start there, because you're not going to know where to start. You're like, I got a whole system. I mean, a whole business with a whole bunch of stuff that has to be done. Where do I start? With your client journey. All right. Last but not least, I need you to set a 10-year target. Okay. A 10-year target. Define a long-term vision for your business by setting a 10-year target. This target acts as a North Star, providing clear direction for where you want your business to be in the future. All right. Regularly review and adjust your short-term goals, like the quarterly rocks, to ensure they align with the long-term target. All right. Now, some of us aren't in business because it's just our passion and it's, what we want to do forever. Some of us are in business because it's our passion, but we have a plan to sell this thing. We want it to be acquired for billions. Okay. So that could be a 10-year goal. So you're going to do different things differently than somebody that thinks that they're going to be running their own business all the way up until old age, so they can't. That's me. I told y'all I want to be Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy out here older than Methuselah and still creating new programs. Let me tell you, that's going to be me. I'm going to be out here, losing my thoughts and confusing y'all live in a new program. All right. That's me. But some of us, if you know that's not going to be you and you already know your goal is at some point to sell, you're going to set that business up differently. And those SOPs and those processes and having a team and delegating and pulling yourself out becomes way more important, way earlier. All right. So let's go through the 10 actionable steps without all of the extra detail. So listen up, because again, I want to know which one of these do you know you need to implement right now. Okay. Number 1, implement the vision traction organizer. Number 2, set quarterly rocks. Number 3, track progress with the scorecard. Number 4, define core values. Number 5, create a meeting pulse, P-U-L-S-E, okay? Number 6, create an accountability chart. Number 7, use the issues list. Number 8, develop your marketing strategy. Number 9, define and maintain your processes. Number 10, set a 10-year target, okay? That was a lot. That was a lot, y'all. But y'all should be ready to tell me what's one we're, but first we're going to go to YouTube and see what's going on. So we got Keith over here. He said, good morning, everyone. Hope all is well. Dania says, good morning. Shawana said, hey, morning. And then we got Shawana Mack over there said, good morning. All right, guys, we're going to start with Dewana. Which one of these actionable steps from the book Traction do you know you need to get started on, like immediately?
Good morning. And good morning. The accountability chart, I think, will work well for me. It's so funny when you said accountability partners don't work well for you because you don't listen. And I think that it's so funny that you said that, because I was like, that's kind of my problem. I don't like listening to people, but I will. But the accountability chart sounds like a great idea.
Yes, love it, love it. And sometimes even when you're good with accountability groups and partners, you still need something that you're going to take to them to demonstrate how you're holding yourself accountable in the time that you're not with them, right? Yeah. It can help you to report to them the accountability that you either need or don't need. So that was great, the one. All right, Dr. Toya, which one of these 10 actionable steps from the book Traction do you know you need to get started with immediately?
I think the 10-year plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. That's definitely one of my Achilles heels, because I just think I'm just gonna keep doing stuff. But even if I am, I still need to, like, what we know is Brian Tracy ain't sitting down and in no team meetings for real, and structuring nothing. That's what we know for sure. So I still need an element of planning so that I just get to show up as a talent and confuse y'all. That's it. I just want to be able to show up as a talent, still use my own name and have my own legacy and teach it my own way, use cuss words and all the things. But I don't want to sit in no meeting and plan nothing. I don't want to, I don't even want to do data-driven decisions at that point. You see what I'm saying? I just want to show up and be the talents. So Debbie, which one of the 10 actionable steps from the book Traction do you know you need to take immediately?
I like the 10-year plan also, and accountability. Yeah, where you track it you track your progress. So that's accountability. Yeah, you're tracking your progress.
Yes,
that's
most definitely. Most definitely. All right, Kimberly, you want to put yours in the studio comments? We know you may be at the Dream Funder and can't talk, so you can put yours in the studio comments. Dr. Tachi, which one of these 10 actionable steps from the book Traction do you know you need to take immediately?
Number 1.
Lord Jesus, let's go back to number 1. What was number 1, y'all? Number 1 was
implement the VTO,
which is the Vision Traction Organizer.
Yes, the Vision Traction Organizer. Sorry.
I'm intrigued. Why that one, Dr. Tachi?
Because the way you were explaining it with was it 1 year, 3 year, 5 year? Yeah, that's what I need to do.
Gotcha. Yes, I love that. All right, Cheryl, which of the 10 actionable steps based on the book Traction do you know you need to take immediately?
Probably the issues list. Because if I see a problem or an issue that is repeating itself, then I got research to do, and it starts with me first. Am I causing it? That kind of thing. And I realized I went through a period where people were slow paying, and I realized, you know what? I'm being Mrs. Good Cookie, and I can't do that, because people, it's just human nature. If they think they can slow pay you and get away with it, they will.
Yeah.
And so it's like, no, that's not going to happen. So I had to put some things in place. And part of that that I put in was there were late fees, kind of thing. And I made them a little exorbitant so people paid on time. But the issues list, it was like, that makes sense, because it's almost like an SOP as well, for when problems pop up. So anyway, but thank you. That's one that really hit me.
Cool. I love that. And I will tell you that when people come to me with payment issues and invoice issues, the first thing I recognize is either they're not delivering services on a phase-by-phase basis that allows them to get paid on a phase-by-phase deposit, retainer type way. That's what we put in place, right? And so what that means is for each step of the process of your service, like if they don't want to pay a deposit and then pay, so the first way you can do it is they pay a deposit. That deposit can be 1/3 of the total amount. It could be half of the amount. And then they have maybe another one in the midway. If you're doing thirds, if you're doing a half deposit, then at the end, they got to pay the other half to get the deliverable, right? But another way to do it is your service has phases, and you can have them pay a portion ahead of every phase, or we just don't go any further.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I do. And I don't deliver a project until it is paid for.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because we do go through every step of the way. And when you're dealing with writing with, sometimes people they say, I thought I could do this, but I really don't want to. It's too much work. And, that's fine and good. But, we've spent, like I've got programs that go like a year. And so, if we've done 10 months, there's not going to be, no, sorry. So it's it comes down to the contract as well, making sure these things are in the contract, because I go over contracts with people and yet they will sign it, not paying attention, not reading. And, that can be detrimental to their financial health, not mine.
Yes.
And, so anyway, but thank you.
Thank you. All right, Dr. LaFera, we gave you 10 actionable steps from the book Traction. Which one do you know you need to take immediately? And let me tell y'all, let's celebrate how she immediately came off this mic. What? I see you, Dr. LaFera. Okay.
We ain't gonna celebrate your pettiness though. But okay, so I I like the one where the core values align with your marketing and stuff like that, because as a pediatric pathologist, what I do for women doesn't have anything to do with what I do in my job. And so that for me has taken a while to get I guess aligned with in my mind. And so it would be that. So then that's going to give me more visibility, because like now all my marketing stuff is centered around those values. And that's what I've been working on. That's why I'm like, if it's not to that point, I don't even want to put anything out, because, when I put stuff out, I want it to be aligned. And so that's been the thing for me. And that's what I'm working on.
Cool beans. I love it. All right. Teray, which one of these 10 actionable steps from the book Traction do you know you need to take care of immediately?
All right. First, I want to make a comment about that accountability thing. So those of us who are saying that, I'm like Shay, I don't like to listen to people. I feel like I also fall into that category. I'm the oldest of 4, so I'm not used to having a big sister or a big brother. So I'm not used to that. I'm used to being the leader in the group. And because I know that I'm like that, I know I need accountability. I'm used to being able to figure stuff out on my own, and I've always been a very organized person. And as I've aged, I know that I need help, and that's okay. I've decided that it's okay to need help organizing things. Business is overwhelming, and I understand that I don't know everything. I understand that 2 is better than 1. So it makes sense for me to be able to get someone to help me. And that's why I'm in the quarterly membership group. You find somebody that you can trust. Every business needs a business coach. Everybody needs that person to help push them a little bit more to do better. And that's why I'm in the quarterly membership. I just wanted to say that. Okay. But my thing that I picked was the set quarterly rocks thing. Just because I need that solid thing in place.
Yes.
Otherwise, mentally, I don't know why I think like this. I think that I should always be selling, like every week I need to have a new sale. And so I'm overwhelming myself. But I know that if I have those quarterly rocks in place, that doesn't mean I won't be selling things in between. But at least if I have those quarterly rocks in place, I know that that big quarterly push is coming, and I can work toward that, and I can have little things in between. But I'm not so stressed out every other week trying to, have a big push and a big sale all the time. Yes. So that's my thing.
Love it. That was great, Teray. All right, Heather, which one of these 10 actionable steps from the book Traction do you know you need to implement immediately?
The VTO.
Yes. Vision.
Because I'm very bad at that part of it. Like, I can do a to-do list. So staying accountable is, that's good. And here's the thing, I think we all need to remember that when we have clients that we're serving, we are accountable. Like, we do have somebody holding us to account. So like, we do have to answer to people by certain dates or whatever. But for me, it's about what are the goals that I really want to achieve in this 3-year, 1-year quarterly basis. So then I can put the tasks underneath that. But it all folds into the last one, which is the 10-year plan, because I would like to sell my business.
Love it. I love that. I love that y'all are so clear on this. Going to our live chat on YouTube, Keith said 10-year plan. Dania said 10-year plan. Shawana Kennedy said quarterly and 10-year plan. And then, of course, they laughing at Dr. LaFera. But yes, so the funny thing is, we're going to take all of these methods to get you clear this month. So our clarity clinic is going to be all about, are you clear on all the things you should be clear on? Right? That clinic is going to be on the 18th. That's next week. So tomorrow, I'm going to give you the link to sign up. The clinic itself is free, but the tools that I create to help you to easily put things together for your clarity will be at an added charge, and depend on how, y'all know I just don't know how to not to make a bunch of stuff. So depending on how much stuff I make will depend on the price point for that. And that will depend on, so our membership always gets a discount, right? So depending on the price point of the success kit that goes along with that, the membership will either get it free or probably like 50% off or something like that, right? So that link will be coming out tomorrow. All right, this was a good one, right? So I really went deep because I know that you all, like, the best sellers that y'all know about the most are usually around sales and marketing, right? And those are the ones that get you in trouble because you don't know about books like Traction, because books like Traction come first. All right. So this is why that was a really good one for me to give y'all access to. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the book Company of One. That's another one I bet you guys have not heard of. That's going to be a really good one. Let me go ahead and give you guys some announcements. Be thinking about, do you have a question, a value add, or a value nugget before we get out of here, both in studio and on YouTube, while I go over these quick announcements. And that is, number one, if you want the morning show in your inbox, okay, you can sign up at shaycannon.com/show, because what happens is you will get a reminder in the morning to hop on the YouTube live, okay? Now, if you're one of those that like to come in studio, by the time that email comes out, it's too late for you to come in studio because we're already live and we don't let anybody on once we're already live, okay? But if you want to just watch it over on the YouTube live, then, you know, you get that reminder. Now, in the afternoon, whether you join in the studio or the live chat, what you're going to get is you're going to get the show notes in your inbox, and you're going to get a link to the replay. And these show notes, let me tell you, I be putting my foot in these show notes. So you want them. Okay. You really do want them. And so you can get the convenience of them coming into your inbox, shaycannon.com/show. Again, we're having the Clarity Clinic next week, but this week we're trying something new in our free community, okay? In our free community, we're trying something called Collab Live, where I'm going to live stream into the group. We're going to talk about what kind of collaborations can move your business forward, okay? So again, it's going to be a live stream into the free group, shaycannon.info/group, if you're not in the group yet. And again, we're going to talk about what collaborations you need in your business. It is not a presentation. It is a discussion. So if you don't show up, ain't nothing going to be said, okay? So this is about you. So if you show up, I'm going to show up for you to help you figure out what collaborations you need. If you don't show up for what collaborations you need, I don't have nothing to say about it. All right. So we're trying this out to bring more value to you. If you want the value, you're going to have to come and get it. All right. This is one of our main pillars of value, collaboration. We have over 500 members in our group. I would love to see a lot more collaboration going on. All right. With that said, last call for alcohol. Any questions? Over here on the YouTube side, Shawana Mack says she's going to do quarterly rocks in place. So I want to be, so she won't be stressed. Then she said, girl, you are no joke. Those show notes you added to your brand is mind blowing, especially for someone like me. Wow. No way you should ever miss out on anything. If you do, damn shame on you. All right. Shawana Mack over there showing out. All right. Anybody in studio or on the live chat have a question? What you got?
Go ahead, Kimberly.
Oh, Kimberly just said her thing she gonna work on is accountability. Go ahead, Cheryl.
You mentioned to hold off buying Traction till we see the show notes. Are you talking about the ones from yesterday or today? Because I looked and I didn't see anything concerning it, or is
today's show notes. So we didn't talk about it today, so it won't be in any show notes, but today's show notes. Yesterday's show notes, you had something to tell you about profit first before you bought. It was highlighted in yellow. Today, highlighted in yellow will be about Traction.
Yeah, no, I already saw that then. Okay.
Yeah.
The other thing is Audible. If you're a member of Audible, they have a 2-for-1 credit. In other words, you can get 2 books for 1 credit. The
Mhm.
business books are lit. They've got some Brian Tracy in there that's good. I keep up with business books and lists and so on and so forth, but I even found some that were like, wow. And there's one on business terms that's off the chain. So
Love it.
check it out if you feel inclined.
All right. But again, before you even go to Audible, check your show notes for the yellow highlighted section before you buy. And that's all I'm gonna say. All right. So no questions. Anybody got a question before we leave out of here about traction or the things that we talked about that were highlighted about the book? Nope. All righty. The studio is closing and I get to sit up straighter. And 5,
But
4.
Shay, hold on. You keep talking about the yellow highlighted section. I don't see the yellow highlighted section in my show notes.
Then I'm
I
gonna need you
see
to look.
notes.
I'm gonna need you to look closer because it's there. It's one line that's highlighted in yellow. It's the only thing highlighted in yellow.
Yeah, you have
Your
to click the
name is
link
in
to
yellow.
go to, you have to click the link from the email to go to the actual show notes, and it's in there.
Oh, okay. All righty. Thank you.
Now, if I say it's in the show notes, Cheryl, you not opening the show notes and expecting to see something that's in the show notes?
I mean, I do. I click, okay, for instance, on Traction, the thing says for the 4 books, et cetera, et cetera. So then I click on that, and then it lists the 4 books. Let me go back in here because I was reading.
That's not the show notes for Traction, Cheryl. The show ain't even over. So how are the show notes available?
Then what I'm reading is not show notes then?
Not for Traction because that hasn't been published yet.
Okay, wait, hold on.
But for Profit First, you still should have saw one line that was highlighted in yellow. Okay, what? I tell you what, you stay after class. The principal needs to talk to you. You stay after class. You just stay after class. All right. All right. The show is closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you right